Jim Cunningham here with Christian Tetzlaff. Welcome
Hello.
back, Herr
Thank you.
Tetzlaff. It's great to have you for Beethoven's Violin Concerto this
Hmm.
time. And unusual in that we have both the Ninth Symphony and the Beethoven Violin Concerto, two
A double
great
winner. Yeah.
masterworks. Does it happen very often like that?
No, but funny enough, 2 weeks ago I played the Beethoven Concerto with Brahms' Requiem in second half. So that is size-wise and even with the impact of the second piece, it's a very similar combination.
The Violin Concerto began with an unusual life. Franz Clement got it started, but it didn't start very well. And then it was Joachim that took it up almost 40 years later, the better part of 4 decades before it became a hit.
Yeah, well, it's not a big surprise if you get the violin part 2 days before that maybe your performance will not make everybody happy in the audience. And yeah, and then it took a long time. It was a big challenge probably for every player at that time where the really good players would maybe compose their own pieces and be fiddle players, and for this one you need the combination of a fiddle player and a musician.
Have you heard the piano concerto played in concert? I think Peter
In,
Serkin
in
does it.
concert I haven't heard it, only on a recording.
And then there's a clarinet version too that was done.
Well, I'm waiting for the tuba.
We're waiting for your Beethoven Violin Concerto this weekend. Now, tell me more. You just mentioned some of the character of the piece. What do you love about it? The audience loves it. There's a wonderful songful rondo at the end, but so many great things. What's your favorite part?
Oh, that's maybe not the right question because it is the living through the whole piece that is in the end very fulfilling. But what I want to stress, I mean, this should be my 305th performance of the piece. So there must be something about it. I'm totally excited every night I'm allowed to play it. And I think that is the way he tells a story that is not a simple story. It is, as we all know, with the timpani being such a big part, or the timpani motive of the first movement, which very often gets a military association, is very threatening in harmony, and even when the whole orchestra plays it in fortissimo, it has a brutal element, and that's juxtaposed with all the melodies, which are, for Beethoven's standard, really totally naive melodies. They are like children's songs. There is not much art in it. It's both main themes are in the same way, and they go from tonica to dominant, dominant tonica, home a little far away a little, and then to home. Simple to a default. I mean, that's probably what also in the first reviews they wrote, that the passages are over banal or over simple, and it maybe was very difficult to grasp at the time that he was trying something very different. He would juxtapose anger, war, difficulties with naivety, childlike simplicity, and only in the end of the movement he makes the naivety and the open heart win. So, but the challenge for me in this is that I really allow the dangerous sides to play an important role, so that the solution only makes sense. And if you, as maybe has happened sometimes in past decades, if you see it as a grandiose work, as something very beautiful and majestic and powerful, all this falls flat. And it, for me, sometimes is a very, very long movement with lots of D major and A major, whereas I see much more danger and interplay in it. And I don't see him as a grand composer, but as a very human composer. And as we all know, his life was not that of a master of art and a grand man, but a struggle in emotional turmoil, and living with his nephew, and his nephew making suicide and giving to the police the reason that his uncle is torturing him or menacing him and he cannot live. And all these sides, Beethoven always reaches out from heart to heart. He wants to be a friend, and he wants to let his beautiful side speak, but it is a struggle for him as a personal, as somebody who drinks a lot. So in this music, we don't see a superhero, we see a human being, and this is what I see as my mission here.
Well, I hope you'll be able to hang around for the Beethoven Ninth with Manfred
Of
Honeck
course,
after your concerto.
I like music.
The two of you like working together.
Yeah, a lot. And I was amazed at this rehearsal. Um, the joy in the orchestra for really working and for shaping and going beyond some safe playing is amazing.